When you hear the name Opel, does a sporty roadster come to mind? Why not? As far back as the 1930s, the German GM subsidiary built the Midnight Roadster. 2 seats, no roof, and barely 34 horsepower. These were the qualities which meant real driving pleasure back then. In the 1960s, the GT was the Opel star. With up to 90 horsepower and the typical Coke bottle design, it was a sort of poor man's Corvette. This particular version, the Aero GT, never went into production. Years later, there's a new sport Opel on the market, the Speedster. Available in the fall of 2000, the car's minimalistic design is supposed to guarantee a lot of driving pleasure. A tried and true principle that didn't have to be reinvented. The parent company GM always had a close relationship with sports car manufacturer Lotus. No wonder then that the Speedster is the Teutonic twin of the beautiful Elise. It's based on the same aluminum profile chassis and fiberglass body, which makes the Lotus so incredibly light. Very few cars are more fun to drive than this one. But in design, Opel has opted for a more Teutonic approach. The Speedster is a 2-seater with a definite look. Either you like it or you don't. It seems as if the designer's most important tools were a ruler and a razor blade. And every car that becomes the focus of a controversy in design taste has the potential to become a cult object. And we're convinced the Speedster will gain plenty of fans. With a total weight of around 1,900 pounds, the lightweight sports car has a low profile on the road and looks eager to eat up the curves. Whoever looks for the engine in the trunk will reveal themselves as a sports car novice. This is where the 147 horsepower 2.2-liter 4-cylinder engine is lurking. In the 800-pound heavier Opel Astra, this motor makes good power, but in this lightweight, it creates a real hurricane. But aluminum isn't just a weight-saving component in the Roadster. It's also a design element in the interior. From the handbrake to the shift knob to the uncarpeted floor, the light metal creates a cool ambience. The nearly unpadded bucket seats offer perfect lateral support but very little comfort. But that's exactly what Speedster drivers want. There's only an airbag for the driver. Opel reduced everything to only the most necessary elements. Apparently, even a front seat passenger is unwanted ballast. Starter buttons have become fashionable again. Although it's the most fun to drive with the top down, there are hard and soft tops for the Speedster as extra equipment. Admittedly, the Lotus Elise looks sleeker and is more uncompromising in its layout. Unlike the Opel, it doesn't have airbags, anti-locking brakes, or even a power brake. But once the Speedster driver has tucked away his vanity case underneath the hood and pressed the starter button, any thoughts of its poor relation disappear, and the adrenaline level starts to rise. The Speedster is a first-class fun car. It comes into its own on country roads. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, and the speed limiter comes in at 140 miles per hour. Full independent suspension ensures optimum road holding. The wheelbase is 30 millimeters longer than on the Lotus, which helps to ensure that handling is always predictable. All in all, it's designed to understeer, and you really have to challenge it to create any kind of drift. Shifting is crisp and short. The engine is quiet, powerful, and, thanks to 2 balancer shafts, doesn't vibrate much. Although the Speedster is also produced at the Lotus factory in Hethel, England, its build quality is more solid than that of the Elise. The safety package is another plus for the Roadster from Rüsselsheim, Germany. Whether Elise fans regard the Speedster as merely a rival, or whether they'll accept it as a member of the family, will be decided this fall. That's when Opel's new driving machine goes on sale, but unfortunately not in the States.